Hi, and welcome to the Meat Medic podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Suresh Khirwadkar. Now, normally on the Meat Medic podcast, we talk about diet, nutrition, health, mental health, physical health, and so on. But today, we're talking about AI. Now, why are we talking about AI on a health show? Well, basically, I'm going to be putting AI to the test to see if it can give me a personalized diet plan. I'm going to tell it I'm doing carnivore. We're going to see what it comes out with. Now, AI is all the rage right now. Millions of people searching for it every day, using it in all sorts of endeavors. Look at this picture. Absolutely amazing. This is created by DALL-E, or DALL-E, however you say it. And it's absolutely incredible. People are using it to make images, videos, entire podcasts. Look, most of this script was actually written by AI, to be fair, with a bit of change from me. But the problem with AI is it's very undependable. You can't rely on AI, and it really just depends on who's actually been doing the teaching and what it's been learning. I mean, look at this picture from DALL-E or DALL-E, however you say it. Let me know in the comments down below, actually, how do you say that? I think we can all agree it's an absolute masterpiece. It's absolutely incredible. And then this next picture, it's absolute hot garbage. Like, it's actually scary what this picture looks like. And I won't say who created this one, but it was AI again. And this is the problem. It's very much dependent on which one you use, who's trained it, or what information it has. And this is the problem. So today we're going to use ChatGPT. I'm going to be asking it to give me a personalized diet plan. I'm going to see what it comes up with. I wanted to see what ChatGPT would give me for a personalized dietary plan. I asked it to generate a personalized meal plan for me, gave it some information about myself, but I was pretty shocked at how bad the advice actually was. It pretty much just ignored like everything that I gave it, all my individual preferences, and it just gave me a load of unhelpful recommendations for the most part, although there were a few surprise little nuggets in there. So let's get started. So I'm basically asking it to just make me a personalized diet plan, and straight off the bat, thumbs down, pretty generic advice. Hardly a personalized meal plan, although to be fair, I can't really knock it. It's all pretty good advice. I mean, we've got focus on whole foods, focus on nutrient-dense foods, avoid processed foods, monitor portion sizes, drink water, and generally just be mindful to poor eating habits. I mean, that's all pretty good advice. I think we can all agree on that. But let's probe it a little bit further. Now, to be fair, like I haven't actually asked it for I haven't given it personal information, but it also hasn't asked. So I think that's ChatGPT's failing, not mine. Let's just kind of, try again. So we can see it pretty much just turns to junk advice. Like we're literally 2 questions in and it's already failed miserably. It's advising me to eat vegetables, fiber, green leafy vegetables, fruit, peppers, carrots. I mean, all of these can cause people serious harm. Large amounts of plant toxins like oxalates and nightshades. And fiber, I mean, fiber is like pretty much the #1 cause of IBS. And basically proven to worsen constipation. In this study in 2015, they showed that basically fiber caused constipation. It made it worse. And the treatment was actually to take away the fiber. I mean, that's definitely not what we actually teach people. If I followed the advice in this ChatGPT, like already, I'd probably get quite sick. In fact, actually, this is what I used to look like. And that's the diet I used to eat. I mean, I think we can all agree, like this picture's pretty horrible. I'm quite embarrassed, but that was what I used to look like. Thankfully, I don't anymore, though I still have a slight chin. I do a carnivore diet, of course, and I've lost a ton of weight doing it. I feel amazing, incredibly healthy. Carnivore diet to me is definitely the way forward. Actually, this is a good time to talk about my guide to starting a carnivore diet. Now, it's pretty simple. But if you do need a bit of help, if you do need a bit of advice or hand-holding, my guide is excellent. Over 100 pages of high quality information, very well researched, but very simple and easy to understand language. And it's also quite cheap. It's about $20 US, and it's got some recommendations, sample meal plans. You obviously don't have to follow those, of course, you can make your own, but I just put it in there so that everyone's got a little bit of advice. And I go through all the science of the carnivore diet, the ins and outs of it, the minerals, the vitamins, the fat, the protein, etc., etc. So I've asked it to personalize the plan to me. Now, understandably, I haven't actually given it any personal advice, so it can't. So it's asking me for some metrics and information about me. Pretty good, thumbs up. So let's give it some really good info. And I'm going to tell it that I want to lose weight, get healthy, reduce inflammation, improve longevity, and just generally feel good. I weigh about 67 kilograms. I'm 176 centimeters tall. I have painful thumbs and occasional back pain. I'm about to have another child with my wife, and that will make 4 kids. Yes, I know, 4 kids. Stress levels are generally low, surprisingly, but my sleep can be variable at times. So, what is the best diet plan for me? Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so maybe we're getting somewhere now, actually. Although a little bit disappointing, straight off the bat, ChatGPT is talking about calories. Oh my God. Okay, fine. Calories in versus calories out. It's basically long been debunked. I mean, it doesn't work for like 99.99999 recurring, of course, percent of people. Because basically, yeah, calories in, calories out just doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. You ask anybody that's tried to lose weight, they've probably done calories in, calories out, and it just doesn't work. Not in the long term, maybe in the short term, because look, you can starve yourself, but the human body isn't designed to do that, and it will fight you, and it will probably put on weight because that's just how it works. So calories in, calories out just doesn't work. And I'm disappointed that it's saying this already, but okay, fine. Let's carry on. Okay, we're talking about macronutrients now. Okay. Big thumbs down. Carbohydrates. It wants me to eat 55% of my calories from carbohydrates. What absolute horrible garbage advice this is. I mean, seriously. Let's remember, right? I used to eat this kind of diet that ChatGPT is actually telling me to eat. Basically, this is what I used to look like. And I don't look like that anymore. I don't eat carbs anymore. At the moment, I'm on basically 0 carbs, as close to as humanly possible. The only carbs is the muscle glycogen in the meat that's still maybe in there. I actually cut out dairy from my diet, and I've actually lost even more weight, which is great. So anyone that's struggling with weight, definitely think about cutting out the dairy. Anyway, at the moment, I'm eating 20% protein, 80% cut fat, roughly, and I look and feel amazing. So let's carry on anyway. Anti-inflammatory foods. Okay, yeah, thumbs up. Definitely good idea. But look at what it's suggesting. Vegetables, fruit, nuts. Come on, these are not anti-inflammatory. They're all super high in oxalates, plant toxins, and basically they'll all cause you IBS. Basically, otherwise, like low FODMAP diets wouldn't exist. You know, conventional medicine even says, conventional doctors say IBS is caused by these foods. Basically, otherwise a low FODMAP diet, we just would never be talking about it. So even the conventional doctors will say that these foods are not good for you. So let's carry on. Okay. Oh, and look, we have the eat a rainbow. I mean, really, eat a rainbow. Come on, ChatGPT. This is kind of embarrassing. Really, thumbs down. Okay, big thumbs down. We're going on. We're moving on to whole grains. Okay, this thing is actually trying to kill me, I think. Okay, I'm kind of getting fed up with this. Let's tell it that I am a carnivore, and we'll see what happens. So I'm telling ChatGPT now that I am a carnivore. I don't eat any fruit, and I don't eat any vegetables. I only eat meat and eggs. I'm kind of just expecting it to chew me out and just spit me out, tell me I'm stupid, and then I'm going to die. So let's see what it says. Okay, wow, actually, first off, it didn't chew me up and spit me out for doing carnivore, thumbs up. Although it did give a little dig saying that carnivore isn't optimal, in the long term. It's advising me to eat a variety of protein. Okay, that's reasonable. Pretty good advice, though the advice to eat pork and chicken isn't ideal. They're very high in omega-6, generally quite inflammatory, often fed a pretty poor diet, and yeah, not absolutely perfect. So, but I can forgive it. I can forgive it for that. So I'll give it maybe a thumbs up on that one. It's advising me to eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. Not terrible, but yeah, not ideal either. That works out for me about 150 pounds, 150 grams rather, sorry, of protein. I'm 150 pounds roughly. Not too bad, but I currently eat probably double that. So I think that's very low for my liking. I would probably be very significantly under eating if that was what I was doing. I think if someone on a carnivore followed that advice, they would be either significantly under eating or significantly overeating, because they're probably either going to be eating like 100, 150 grams or like 500 grams. Either way is not ideal. So I think 2 grams per pound of lean body mass is probably what I would suggest. That would be my starting guide. That's usually what I tell my patients, about 1.5 to 2. Anyway, let's carry on. So it's now talking about fat, and okay. It's telling me I should eat healthy fats like ghee, butter, and animal fats. Wow, okay. I'm actually genuinely surprised. I'm going to come back to that one and ask it to clarify it a bit later. Vitamin B12, okay, yes, important, but not really a concern on the carnivore diet. So I'm not sure why it's really mentioning this, as opposed to like folate. That's much more of a concern on a carnivore diet. Vitamin C, of course, as well. We'll come back to that one. Iron, again, it's not a big issue. Why are we talking about iron on a carnivore diet other than maybe for hemochromatosis? But it's not telling me to monitor the iron. It's just telling me to eat more meat, which, to be fair, it's telling me to eat red meat. So thumbs up. Great suggestion, ChatGPT. You might have just won it there. Calcium. Okay, look, you don't actually really need that much calcium on a carnivore diet, interestingly. You definitely don't need dairy for the calcium. And dairy is also quite inflammatory for a lot of people. Now, remember, I've already told it that I was basically inflamed. I had thumb pain and I had, back pain. And it's now telling me to eat dairy, which is not ideal. Plus, I'm trying to lose weight. I told it I'm trying to lose weight. A lot of people struggle with weight when they're eating dairy. So if you are struggling with weight, I would actually cut the dairy, because that really can be inflammatory, actually, and it really can cause problems with weight. Let's carry on anyway. So, okay, look, we're getting to vitamin C, interestingly, but thumbs down. It's telling me that meat does not contain vitamin C. That is wrong. Incorrect. Totally wrong. Meat does contain vitamin C. Not a lot, a little bit, but enough. When you're not eating the carbs, you're not outcompeting the GLUT4 transporters for collagen synthesis with vitamin C outcompeted by glucose, you need far less vitamin C in your diet. Now, if my diet had no vitamin C, my teeth would have fallen out. My skin would be terrible. My skin has never been better. And my teeth haven't fallen out. My teeth have never been better. My dentist is super happy with my teeth. My receding gums are regrowing. My impacted wisdom teeth are disimpacting. My dentist even says this is impossible, yet he tells me it's happening. He can't believe it. He honestly has no idea what's going on. But anyway, let me carry on. Okay, look, it's telling me to eat raw liver. Interesting. I'm not sure about the health implications of eating raw liver. I might ask it to clarify that one later if I remember. But yeah, I think maybe Joey Schwartz might be a bit happy with that one. But anyway, we'll leave that for another time. Fiber. Okay, thumbs down. It's failed again. Clearly, it does not know that fiber is not needed. You don't need fiber to go to the toilet. You don't need fiber to protect you from toxins that you're not eating anymore. You don't need fiber to protect you from sugar that you're not eating anymore. So you don't actually need fiber really for anything in your body. The water advice, of course, is good. Telling me to drink water, always a good thumbs up there, so no problem. Okay, look, we've got a sample diet now. Let's carry on. This is going to be good. Breakfast, bacon and eggs. Oh yeah, thumbs up. I can go for that. I know some people don't like bacon, the whole nitrates or whatever. Look, it's not a big deal. You really don't need to worry about it at all. Pretty happy with breakfast. Yeah, bacon and eggs. That's a staple for me. Lunch, grilled chicken. Not my cup of tea, to be honest, but okay. Sauteed spinach. Ugh. Come on, guys. Really, ChatGPT? I've already told you I'm a carnivore. I don't eat that stuff. And you've told you I'm inflamed, and you just want to force more spinach into me, more oxalates, more plant toxins, more inflammation. Not good. Dinner, grass-fed steak. Okay, yeah, thumbs up. Heck yes, I can get on board with that one. But come on, Brussels sprouts. Okay, first off, right, who's going to pair Brussels sprouts with a steak? Seriously? Okay, like I know you're not a Michelin-starred chef, GPT. Come on, but please have some sense. And I've already told you I'm a carnivore. I don't eat Brussels sprouts. Seriously, I think ChatGPT is actually trying to kill me at this point, potentially, with the whole grains and the oxalates and so anyway. Eggs and jerky before bed. Look, very good. Thumbs up there, to be fair. You know what? Actually, yeah, okay, look, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It's not actually that terrible, other than like the Brussels sprouts and the spinach. It's not super terrible advice, but it's still not that specific to me, I think. But I want to see what it says about saturated fat. So let's have a little look. Let's ask it. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT now whether saturated fat is bad for me or not, because it told me to eat saturated fat. And it's going to tell me now, it's telling me that saturated fat is hotly debated, and actually recent thinking is that maybe it's not as bad as we once thought. Okay, I'm actually quite impressed here. Never mind, I spoke too soon. It's now implying that saturated fat will cause diabetes and cancer, which of course we know it doesn't. That is ridiculous. How can fat cause diabetes? And it's still saying that high cholesterol causes heart disease. And to be fair, look, it is associated, but correlation does not equal causation. So please, ChatGPT, come on, get with the times. Of course, it cannot help but stick the boot in again about the carnivore diet and is trying to push me back to plants, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Now that's a bit ridiculous considering it's already told me to eat loads of animal fats and now it's telling me to eat lean protein. And this is one of the problems with with AI. It's not dependable. It's contradicting itself. This is a problem. This is a bad thing. Consistency is key. Come on. Okay, so last question now. I'm asking ChatGPT, is the carnivore diet safe in the long term, or should I change to a plant-based diet? Okay, let's see what it says. It's telling me the carnivore diet may not be healthy in the long term. Okay, well, look, to be honest, I can't fault it for that because actually there's no evidence that the carnivore diet is healthy in the long term because there's no studies for it. But that doesn't mean that it's not healthy. And I always say, basically, in the absence of evidence, apply logical reasoning, apply logical thinking. And the carnivore diet is a logical diet. It's an evolutionary human diet. We've been eating for millions of years. That's basically what carnivore is. We've evolved eating this food. We did not evolve eating grains. We did not evolve eating Cheerios and Lucky Charms and all this other crap that we eat nowadays, Mars bars and whatever. Twinkies, and anyway, I could go on. We don't need to eat that garbage. If we just eat a proper human diet, trademarked by Dr. Ken Berry, okay, we will actually be healthy. It's very, very logical. So, all in all, look, I think that this was a pretty fun little experiment, actually, and I'm pretty glad that I did it. I'm actually quite surprised. The AI actually did a lot better than I thought it would. I've used AI quite a number of times. I use it to help me write scripts for my podcast, do research for the episodes and so on, because it does save a lot of time. And it usually just basically chews me out for being a carnivore, not eating vegetables and fiber and so on, and basically just refuses to answer a lot of questions I ask it, which is really helpful. Maybe I just got lucky with this one. I don't know. Or maybe it knew it was on camera. I don't know. Or maybe it was learning. Maybe it's learning. And that's the whole point of AI. It is meant to learn. So fingers crossed, that is actually what it's doing. Either way, I think it was pretty clear that the advice was quite generic. It contradicted itself a number of times. And that's just not really very reliable. Plus, it really wasn't personalized for me. It didn't give me personalized information and pretty much just basically ignored what I said about myself, other than I was trying to lose weight, so cut calories. It's pretty much all it said. Generally, I think a bit poor advice. If I followed the advice it gave me, look, I'd probably actually get quite unwell. So yeah, I wouldn't be going to AI anytime soon for a diet plan. If you are interested in a diet plan, look, I do have my 30 days how to start a carnivore diet guide available, link in the description down below. There is a diet plan in there, although you definitely don't need to follow it. The whole point of carnivore is it really should be intuitive eating, but I put it in there to just give people a little bit of information about the kind of things that we might want to eat. So just a reminder again, it's over 100 pages, highly detailed information, but very, very easy and simple to use. And it's relatively cheap. Link in the description. Anyway, guys, I think we can pretty much all agree that AI is very useful, and it did help me write some of the script today, to be fair, but it's also got some major flaws. And we need to just remember it's a very basic tool, and it's only as good as the people that are teaching it or the information that it can process. In time, look, maybe it will improve. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Meat Medic podcast. If you are interested in starting the carnivore diet, as I said, definitely check out my guide. If you are wanting a little bit of extra support as well, though, I do have extra support available via my Patreon and YouTube memberships, link in the description down below. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next episode.